Wow, good morning guys and welcome to the channel. It is a gorgeous day here in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. I'm leaving this to come back home to rainy PA to make some videos. I am excited. You know, I love being on vacation, but I also love getting back to doing what I love every day. But you know, I just wanted to film this little intro. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Good news is, you already know I had a ton of fun with the Duramax while I was down here, and here is some of that footage. All right, so we are here at the Wild Horse Tours in Corolla, Outer Banks. We got two Humvees, which is very exciting, babe. Are you excited?
I'm super excited.
I'm excited. We are not going to be in the Humvees. We're going to be driving the Jeep. Now, if it was a chance to drive the Humvee, I would totally do it. But you can either choose to ride in the Humvee or drive your own Jeep. So I opted to drive the Jeep. So hopefully we don't break down. It should be pretty cool. Jeep. The Jeep. Now, we got no floor mats. I like that. You can hose it out. Keys in it. Will it start? Absolutely. Boys driving the Jeepus. Look at everybody. They're having fun in the Humvee. I know that. You got the mom, the dad, the two kids. They are ready for their tour. They even have seat belts there in the little jump seats. Apparently the heat doesn't work. It's blowing cold air though. We can just turn off the climate system altogether, because if the heat doesn't work, that's worthless. Pretty sweet though. This is pretty sweet. Four-wheel high engaged, and we are a go, folks. We are a go.
Looks like Jurassic Park.
I wish that was a real thing. If I could pay to go on a tour where there's dinosaurs, count me in for that shit. Look at this. This is awesome. By the way, guys, the Jeep has 71,717 miles on it. So if that's not a sign that street speed is in fact promoted by the gods, then I don't know what is. But our Jeep has 71,717 miles on it. Pretty hype about that. Penny's Hill, no trespassing, property of CIA. I don't think it says that, but it'd be cool if it was. Yeah, they do testing on secret military pigs here. Love to have the Duramax in here. I should have asked if I could bring it. That'd be so sweet. Make sure he gets through okay. That is sweet. There's a Duramax, an L5 piece, flying on the beach. Look at him go. There you go. He's hauling ass.
You're just stuck in your house for the month.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is nuts. And it is wet right now. I guess that's why these pools are so big. They can't be like this all the time. Maybe they are, I don't know. See, the Jeep though, the cool thing about a Jeep is though, for off-roading, it's very light. It just like, it glides over all this shit. The Duramax and the Humvee, they're so heavy, they sink. The Jeep just glides right over sand. It basically floats on water. First sign of horses. Right out through there's two of them. They're awfully small.
It's super hard to see, but there's a horse.
He's right there. They're very, very small horses. This is pretty cool. Now, obviously, I mean, horses, I guess, at one point they were domesticated. So, you know, and then after a couple hundred years of being loose on the island by themselves, they've bred back into being wild. But I guess they're still, you know, somewhat more, because like you probably couldn't get this close to like deer, like white-tailed deer at home, but they are wild animals, wild horses. It's definitely really cool to see them. We have a sea turtle washed up. Looks like a loggerhead. Unfortunately, what happens is with the shrimp boats out there, as you can maybe see that one way out, how they get caught in the nets and washed up. So I don't see any, you know, no damage to the sea turtle really. So, and he looks younger. He doesn't look too big to have died of old age. So he probably got caught in the net and drowned, and then they wash ashore. I don't know if they throw him overboard or what, but very sad to see. You know, sea turtles are a great, wonderful animal, millions of years old, and it is definitely sad to see, but also, you know, neat to see them. Not like this, but he's been up here for probably a little while. He stinks, but he's relatively fresh. I thought that was neat. You don't see that too often. You can see he's pretty large. I mean, here's my shoe. Pretty big creature. After the horse tour, we decided it would be a good idea to take the Duramax, and this was your idea, babe, not mine.
Yeah.
Not my idea, but we decided it would be a great idea to bring the Duramax back here to get some pictures and have a little fun. I think it's definitely going to be fun. I'm worried slightly about getting stuck. The Duramax is much heavier than a Jeep, but not as heavy as a Humvee, so we should be good. Anyway, pavement ends in 1 mile. This is just, it's so crazy how this road just completely, you're on a paved road and then all of a sudden you're not. Should be good. But these trucks are really heavy, which is what makes them not good at off-roading at all. But we got a Duramax behind us actually, check that out. Oh yeah, all right, so about to enter the beach. Oh, it's the sheriff. It's the sheriff. It's the Sharif. Why? There's always got to be cops around whenever I'm around. Is there really? Oh wow, yeah. People love their French bulldogs down here. This is fucking awesome. I love driving on the beach. There goes the other Dirtymax. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little off-roading video, and just something a little bit different, you know, a fun trip that we did. And of course the Duramax is always along, and you know, everybody likes to see it go off-road. Even though it doesn't go off-road too often, it still does from time to time. It does a really good job too, I have to say. Like, you know, very heavy truck, not really great for soft sand, but the truck did really well. But anyway, moving on from that, you know, this trip and spending a lot of time with the truck, and the fact that I've been driving it every day and it's the only vehicle I have left, the garage is still empty. I've really been thinking a lot more about what I want to do for the Duramax for the future, because it's an ever evolving build. It is pretty much perfect the way I want it right now, but there's always something a little bit better and a little bit different around the corner. And I've had this set up on the truck now for a while. Coming up in February is going to be 1 year since I put on the new lift and the new wheels and tires. Before that, I had a 6-inch lift with 20 by 12s. Now, of course, I have a 10-inch lift on 22 by 14s. I went from roughly a 35-inch tire to basically the same height tire now. It's a little bit taller, but really just a lot wider. So it looks bigger than it is, but it's still a 30. Basically, it's a 375, 55, 22. So basically it's like right about 36 inches, but it's essentially a 35-inch tire. for the truck. So a lot of people ask about that. It is my wheel and tire setup, a 375 55 22 on a 22 by 14 wide fuel forged rim. I've done a lot of suspension work. I've done a lot of cosmetic stuff, bumpers front and back, a lot of lighting stuff, but I haven't really done anything interior wise, and I really haven't done much at all engine-wise either. A lot of people ask me what's done to the truck. Well, really, it's pretty much a bone stock 2005 LLY Duramax. It does have a 5-inch turbo back exhaust, a full catless, no muffler, so a full 5-inch straight pipe on 10-inch dump. So it's a big old donkey dick hanging down there right by the rear axle. It is deleted, EGR delete, but my truck is pre-emission, so I didn't have any of that, diesel exhaust fluid. I didn't have any of that crazy stuff. My truck is a pre-emissions truck. I did have CATs and the EGR, the exhaust gas recirculation, but that's really about it. Also, we have a cold air intake. We have turbo inlet manifold, which is just a little, the LLY from the factory has a, from the turbo, the part that connects the turbo to the air intake tube is like a right angle, and I don't know why they made it like that, but it literally like comes up and goes straight in, and it has a really like deep cut in it, so the airflow sucks. So if you have an LLY, that's one thing you definitely want to do. Turbo inlet manifold, I got mine from S&B. You could also upgrade to the stock LBZ Duramax one. A lot of guys do that too. But it does have the S&B turbo inlet manifold, and then an S&B cold air intake, and a PCV reroute. Really, it's about a stock engine, and I want to do something different. Now, I don't ever want to build my truck, and I've said that from the beginning. Like, I don't want to make it, a high horsepower build. I don't want to do anything like that because I love the reliability of the truck the way it is. And I'm not saying you can't build a reliable high horsepower vehicle, but it's a lot harder. Like, if you leave things alone, they're a lot more reliable. And I mean, look at anybody on YouTube with a modified vehicle. Does it break? Yes. Does it break often? Usually. And the more power they have, the more times it breaks. So the truck is not meant to be fast. It is my daily driver, but I would like to do an upgrade that is reliable. I don't really care about getting more power, but I want something more cool, and that might sound crazy, but I'm thinking we do a bigger turbo on the Duramax, and specifically I'm looking at a Danville 68 millimeter. It sounds incredible. That I'm leaning, it sounds like a freaking 747 taxiing for takeoff, and I would love that, so let me know what you think in the comments. It's kind of why I'm doing this little, like, just talking to the camera thing here. I want to get your guys' input on it. Now again, I'm not going to ever do anything crazy with the truck unless maybe I get a new one, then I do something crazy with that. But I really, really love my truck the way it is, and I just, I don't even really want to buy a new truck. I've been thinking about it just because I want to do like a new truck build. But I really, I'm very, very happy. It's like, to me, it's the perfect truck. I always wanted a cat eye Duramax, finally bought one. You can go back and watch the video. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, I was basically on drugs when I made that video because I was so happy about getting it. So, nothing, we're not going to do anything too drastic, but I would be open to doing that. And other things too. Like, I would totally be down to do a solid axle swap on the Duramax. I've always wanted to do that. It's a pretty big thing, so I haven't really, I haven't really gotten the itch to dive into it yet, but I would do that as well. So basically, I got the itch kind of now to do something a little bit different with the truck, and I want to hear what your guys' opinions are on it. And I think big turbo is the way I'm going. That being said, hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Take care and have a great night.